Hello there, Virgo. Welcome to your week ahead reading for June 24th to June 30th, 2019. This is for all Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter sign placements. Virgo, I shuffled and laid out your spread, so here's what we have for you. Now, Virgo, your focus or the overall energy for you in the week ahead is you have this Two of Cups. So, this is you focus on your relationships, your partnerships, and your agreements. But this is you also even focusing on yourself. But as it has to do with this Two of Cups, you also have underneath that is the Queen of Swords. And with the Queen of Swords, it says on her chalkboard behind her, rules, etiquette, manner. So as it has to do with your relationships, partnerships, your commitments and agreements with others, or in a love connection or significant relationship, Virgo, you are being very firm and clear, and you are expressing yourself here. With this energy, you are standing in your personal power, inner strength, and you are empowering yourself. You are relieving yourself of the things that cause you stress or who that has affected or who has affected your self-esteem in a negative way. And you are bringing changes to that shit. You are creating rules. You are bringing a particular etiquette that you are exercising now that I feel you had to learn to do in order to have things done in a manner or achieved in a manner that allows you to have the success or the consideration or to execute your needs or to execute things that no longer can occur or is not needed or is not worthy of you, or as it has to do with relationships, you're just making changes where you are breaking free and moving relationships in a different direction through you being more confident and you being more decisive about what you want and how your relationships should be for you or should have some sort of, with this Two of Cups, where you're able to see eye to eye. You're creating more balance in your relationships, I feel, where you're focused on how you can nurture and gain in it and avoid any lack or loss that you don't want to receive or end up with, or that you have been receiving and ending up with in the past or up till now. You're taking that shit and you saying, no, I'm not doing it anymore. And with this Queen of Swords, this is also about where the Queen of Swords has gone through a lot. This could be you dealing with a relationship that's over, or a marriage that ended, or you have gone through a lot, where a Queen of Swords has gone through a lot, where there's been a lot of pain, a lot of betrayal, um, a lot of devastation for this Queen of Swords. And as a result, the Queen of Swords has had to survive it, has survived it, has gained knowledge and experience from that pain, from what happened to you or has happened to a Queen of Swords within relationships, commitments, and agreements, and discovering that this is the time, Virgo, where you're looking at how you can make sure things benefit you, or that things you see more growth and progress in what relationships you're in through you creating more of a structure, having rules, having boundaries, and not allowing them to be crossed, or you're creating them because you have been crossed. And this is you cutting this out and demanding it and being effective in expressing yourself and achieving it, I feel, or you looking at trying to be effective at achieving it. And so, Virgo, your focus with this energy is you have justice and injustice. So with this energy as your focus for you, Virgo, your theme, this is about you creating balance where there wasn't balance. This is you with justice. You are dealing with making sure the right thing happens. You're trying to have more quality in a situation. You're trying to make better decisions, trying to have more fairness. You're trying to avoid negative consequences or restore things that have been out of order. Now, it's also possible with justice and injustice here is that you could be dealing with the legal system or some sort of law or a situation where there's authority over you or where you may be trying to have authority. But if you're dealing with a legal matter or in the court system with justice and injustice here, just know that the right thing will happen. Or you are trying to ensure that the right things happen. I have to say, with justice and injustice here, if you are dealing with a legal situation, some of you may be dealing with a situation that feels just. Others may be experiencing some injustice here if you're dealing with a legal situation, or someone is in authority over you in some way where the decision may or may not work in your favor, and you're dealing with that. Because your focus here, Virgo, is you do have death and you do have temperance. So you could be dealing with a Scorpio or have this energy in your chart. But with temperance, you could be dealing with a Sagittarius or have this energy in your chart. But with temperance here, this is you focusing on what matters most to you, avoiding extremes, avoiding instability, focusing on how to do things in proper measure, how to heal things. You're focusing on how to have more balance, to do things more sensibly and in moderation, to be more patient, to have more harmony and achieve your aims. This is you focusing on having more self-control and bringing more stability into your world or what you're dealing with. And with death here, this is you focusing on how you can bring about changes or transform things, either bring something to an end or release it with death here. And so the reason why, Virgo, is you have the Five of Coins and you have the Queen of Wands. So I feel that you are determined now to recover from any lack or loss, either in money or within the relationships and partnerships you've been involved in, where you have been where you feel out in the cold or felt left out in the cold or felt or experienced lack, or you were actually left out in the cold, or where you have come to realize and learn that certain relationships and partnerships you're dealing with or you will be dealing with, you have to focus on your security, focus on your stability, focus on your restoration, measuring and seeing what you can change, especially if you're dealing with people that lack care towards you and what you're trying to create or what you're trying to do. And so with the Queen of Wands, you could have been dealing with the Queen of Wands or someone embodying the energy of the Queen of Wands where they're very determined with getting what they want and you experiencing loss or lack because of it, as it involved you in your dealings with this person or their dealings with you. Or this is you, Virgo, determined and inspired to change that if you were dealing with someone or in relationships where you were dealing with an individual or relationships where there was destructive patterns that also affected you, or you may have exhibited destructive patterns that affected you in adverse ways. And this is you changing that, you restoring it, you coming out of the cold, you coming out of a place of lack, you not being taken advantage of, or you not finding yourself at a loss in relationships or commitments or partnerships that you are involved in or dealing with, because you're being clever. And I feel like you are doing this, you are coming back, you're taking action on this. It's like you're doing a clap back. If somebody bringing you in balance, you're like, nope, we're not doing that. This is how it's gonna go. This relationship needs order. There's some control need to be set, some rules need to be set, and some boundaries, and you're not gonna fucking cross them because I'm tired of you getting over on me or doing bullshit. And this is how you are with others now, Virgo. But you being effective, or you're trying to be more effective, or you're learning to be more effective in doing this and achieving that balance that should be existing in a relationship, that you have to put this kind of energy and effort and communication in to ensure it. What's around that is you do have the house, and what's around that house is the moon. So with the house here, you may be dealing with domestic affairs, focusing on your own individual comfort. You may be focused or dealing with family. But with the house here, you could be dealing with matters around your home, or this could be concerning your house and you needing to bring more balance to your household, or to what you are looking to feel or have more safety or security with. And with the moon here, this is about you experiencing perhaps intense emotions, or uncovering any illusions, or following your intuition. Or this is you recognizing where there has been lack, and where and how you need to implement or bring about balance to it. And this is you focusing on being very creative at doing so, in order for you with the stork to have changes. And you also could be dealing, Virgo, as it has to do with the house, where you may be focused on a move, or looking to relocate, or have progress through your communication, or through receiving communication. But with the moon here, this is intense emotions that need to be brought under control and balance. You may have been dealing with, or are dealing with, things where there's some measure of uncertainty or uneasiness in you needing to figure out how to balance it or bring balance to it, or whether or not there can be balance, justification, or things set right, or whether or not, the consequences will be positive or negative here. And so what's coming towards you, Virgo, is you do have the Ten of Coins, and you do have Judgment. I also feel, Virgo, it's possible that you have been um, very determined for certain material gain, and there may be a focus on you needing to balance what you choose to invest or buy, as it may bring a challenge to your money and finances, and you may need help or assistance with that. Or you may be trying to avoid any lack, or you may need to avoid any lack as a result of you having the desire to be determined to have certain things or get what you want, or whatever you're trying to create or attain. Now, with the Ten of Coins and the Judgment coming towards you, with Judgment, this is about you making decisions, very important decisions, decisions that hopefully will either liberate you or create some sort of renewal, or that you're maybe trying to get some realization around, or second chance. But this here is you focusing on getting results. This is you focusing on perhaps needing to come up with new ideas, or having some new perception form in the situation. This is about you also not procrastinating or no longer um, having delays or regrets or remorse, and returning to the situation in order for you to reflect on it and see how you can move it forward. You may be experiencing an awakening here where you realize that some things um, need to be changed or addressed, or you may be making decisions that are final. But this is decisions that bring more balance, more stability for you. And if you are dealing with the legal system, since we do have justice here as your theme, justice and injustice, and we do have judgment, um, you may be dealing with decisions that for some of you allow you to gain in the situation, or decisions where there's trouble gaining in the situation or having restoration. But you are looking to restore and bring change. You are looking to gain and build. You are looking to create and have something solid here, or have things more solid for you through your decisions and your aims, with the focus of having balance for yourself in your home, with others, with family, with your money. Now, how you handle what's coming towards you, Virgo, is you do have this Five of Cups and the Six of Coins. So this is you very much focused on having balance and recovering from the things that you may have been experiencing, or you do experience some sort of disappointment or upset in, as it has to do with relationships or your money and finances, or what you're trying to have success with balancing out in your world, at work, or anything in your material physical world. And so with the Six of Coins, this is you determined to have more reciprocity, more give and take, and that being more balanced. This is you perhaps taking responsibility to have to take what you need in a give and take situation, so that you are not lacking or deprived in any way, and that you have success instead of being unsuccessful or experiencing lack or things being out of balance for you because you're not receiving what you should, or there's a lack of reciprocity. Now, your outcome here, Virgo, is you do have the Princess of Coins and the Star. And with the Princess of Coins or Page of Coins and the Star, this is you focusing on your vision, focusing on your hopes and your dreams, focusing on your wishes, focusing on your healing, and you learning how to do that, or seeing how to go about doing that with the Page of Coins, or gaining what you need, or being practical and coming up with new practical approaches that allow you to work on and build what you want and create that healing for yourself, or that balance. Or you may be trying to figure out how to get that balance, or you may need more knowledge or training or information so that you can figure out how to have your wishes fulfilled, or have that balance or healing, or to be able to have a clear vision in the hopes of you having things done right or set right, or having circumstances work out where the consequences suit you. Or if you are dealing with an injustice, how do you deal with that? How do you renew your hope in the situation? How do you heal it? Or how do you gain enlightenment here so that you can work on the injustice and bring it back to balance? Or you're gaining enlightenment and you are building and working on the things that were not balanced, or that injustices were happening towards you. You are now learning and creating more balance in those relationships, commitments, and partnerships by revising it, by confronting it and dealing with it, because you have clear objectives and you are not putting up with the bullshit anymore. So let's take a look, Virgo, with what is your guidance in this in the week ahead. You had one card that came out, and you have renewing your life. Radiant vitality is feeling your life, Virgo. This is you removing the clutter in your life, the clutter and bullshit that you've been observing or dealing with or experiencing in your dealings with others, in your partnerships and agreements. You are removing the clutter. You are renewing your life, bringing about change to give you vitality and allow you to have more fulfillment and feel more content and satisfied in a way that wasn't happening before, because you may have been being taken advantage of or not knowing how to create balance in a situation that you may even have been at a disadvantage, either by the lack of knowledge or the lack of growth for yourself, or the lack of knowledge or growth in others. But this is you now removing the clutter and the problems and the imbalance, and you focusing on renewing your life and bringing about those positive changes so that you can be more content. This may be you being more um, focused on following your intuition and instincts so that you are able to have more progress in a situation where there was injustice or imbalance. Or you may be looking at how to cope with an injustice or imbalance. But this is you nonetheless needing to focus on how to renew your life and how to have more vitality and inspiration by you removing the clutter of what is not serving you and what no longer needs to be in your life or causing you imbalance. I hope these messages help. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.